we go. Greetings, everyone. I'm, of course, Director Arkra of Arkra Labs. Welcome to the Wednesday Open Mic Article Raid, which is now almost entirely indistinguishable from the Saturday Open Mic Article Raid. But in the meantime, oh no, we're starting this off with an exposure.
Who wants to see my boobs?
I do.
Okay then, throw them, if you please.
Hold on, they're making much noise, so I have to put them pointedly on camera so they can deliver this horrible immediate karma.
Let's just. What up?
Now, I want to take this moment. Hold on. I want to take this
YouTube.
moment to stress that this was not my idea. I was not even informed about this, so I could not endorse it or sign off on it. This is, and it's so exotic a context that I understand if you don't believe me. But the only people who can really be blamed for this are Team and Froman themselves. So just stressing that.
Look.
I'm an innocent angel. I haven't done anything wrong.
Look, I know that you've been sending me subliminal messages for some time, both of you.
How did you get that in your head?
So
That's not a denial.
Well, during
I
this
want to
horrified
stress,
silence, we got
Justine.
Nightwolf, Born Midnight, Memes Destruction, The Killing Joke, Argon, all in chats at the moment.
welcome to the stream, everyone. Well, I suppose we've got a lot of things to discuss already. In fact, just
Joke
one
is
live.
Joker's coming with too many platforms, Slappy. I can't keep up.
Well, you don't have to hang out in the chat, you know. You have access to the Volunteer Reserve server, and if you are inclined, you're welcome to join the voice chat as well. It's not obligatory. I mean, not that you should need to. I wouldn't want you to trouble yourself with that. So just noting, it's an option that you don't need to exercise.
Come on in, handsome.
Anyway, you shouldn't have to go across all the chats anyway. I cherry pick all the good stuff.
Yes, that's why I have employed a chat manager, because I couldn't keep up with all the chats either. I have no hope. Not with everything else, especially. Speaking of, let's see, what's the big hot button topic right now? I was just discussing it.
God knows, there's so much hot topic shit going on at the moment. It's difficult to keep up, like the chats. It's just
I
so much
suppose
going
that I don't know if I'm going to get flagged for this. I mean, apparently it's very dangerous to discuss things that are important to American politics in general. You can't live stream or comment on any videos of the debates. You just have to comment on things at a remove. But apparently there was the next set of Democratic debates in which, well, they did their best to not let anyone they didn't like speak. But that didn't stop them from absolutely deep-throating their legs in many candidates' cases. Apparently, Beta Beto doubled down on taking everyone's guns.
Now they're going to take more guns than people actually have. People need to manufacture guns and take them to the government to hand in.
Hey, if they offer a buyback, they might as well. After all, let's note this.
What the hell do they have a problem with me getting horny for? Like, seriously.
There's I know a few
People
people
die
who
when that
actually
happens,
3D
Dave.
print like bump stocks and stuff like that and sell them back to the government for like $150 a pop. Just 3D printing them.
Not bad.
Yes, I
You can
fully
even go
support
cheaper.
people doing that, because the entire concept is idiotic. Look, note this.
We need to go cheaper.
There is an important objective reality here. Did the government sell these people their guns? Well,
Yeah.
the answer to that question, of course, is no. No, they didn't. In almost all cases, private gun dealers sold these people their guns. So, could someone explain to me how the government is buying the guns back?
Yeah, they never sold them in the first place, so how could they be buying them back?
Maybe they mean Operation Fast and Furious.
Oh,
You know, all the guns they gave to the cartels and then lost track of. Maybe they want to buy those back.
Yeah, we'll call it a buyback program. After all, we certainly sold someone a gun somewhere. So I'll never to get that one gun back. It's buyback singular, but they're going to go ahead and pay for a few others just in case.
Buy all the guns. Why not? Then we can sell them to Middle Easterns for cheaper.
Notably, there was a groundbreaking moment when apparently it was revealed, according to CNN, based on no evidence whatsoever, that Democratic presidential candidate, aspiring nominee, Tulsi Gabbard, is in fact a Russian-Syrian Nazi Germany asset. It was a shocking turn of events.
Wait, there are so many sides.
With their horrible, devious, evil plan to not go to war. Just like
Bastards.
Russia wants us to not go to war.
I don't care who goes to war. So they're not launching nukes. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Listen, like
Look here,
I'm
listen.
all for war. I'm all for the war, really, and I think it's a noble intent on everything, and I just wanna watch some good war, like you know when you want to get off, you just it's like porn.
Get off what?
Welcome, Raphael Barman,
Get off the train?
onto one of the relevant channels. And
Anyway, Arkatar, I didn't know you were going to sweet talk me.
I don't ever intentionally sweet talk you, Steve. I usually go out of my way to
Like,
not
you-
say
you-
anything that you're going to
you're
find in any way
fine
arousing.
with
Somehow it
people.
keeps happening, noticeably because every so often we
Well-
discuss war, which, as we now know, all of us now, is one of your kinks.
Well,
Well,
you know, Ark,
yeah.
you did pay me like 50 big ones to try and seduce Steam.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Well, that's $50 down the drain.
I'm surrounded by horrible liars, although if I thought it would work, I might have.
It would not work.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
I'm
one of
trying
the
to
reasons I
kill
didn't actually do it.
everyone.
Look, I sometimes do play the buffoon, but I'm not quite that dense. Look, my big scheme is that I'm trying to look much smarter than I actually am, but I'm also simultaneously not that dumb.
Well, the thing is, if you act stupid, people's expectations of you are so low. So that's why I act
Look,
like
look.
a frothing retard.
No, you're not stupid. You're just naive.
wait, what?
We'll show
you
you
mean
a
you are
good time.
What did I
We'll
walk
we'll
into?
teach you things, Ark. We will teach you
All right,
no,
we're on
no.
the rail.
Okay, welcome, memes of destruction, and I don't know what you walked into. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Arbiter,
I just
what
lost
have
my
you done?
innocence. I just lost my innocence.
It's probably for the best.
You had innocence.
Yeah, Froman killed it.
Frozen hot dogs is all I'm going to say to that.
Are those
Yeah,
suspenders?
okay.
Yes.
Yes, there's suspenders selectively covering his nipples, for which we are grateful, although we do wish they were a bit wider.
No, but Arcta, you know that
Wait.
my kink is war, and you're just dirty talking.
Director, do you hope his suspenders or his nipples are wider?
Suspenders.
Thank you for clarification.
Absolutely, the suspenders.
Hey,
Yeah, that
Froman,
reminds me, something else I could have mentioned is that I
people.
recently caught a lot of heat on Twitter recently for twitting a picture of someone else who'd apparently ordered, or if he's photoshopped, a picture of a Thanos-based fleshlight.
Oh, I remember that.
What?
Yes, you mentioned your appearance in here, in fact, reminded me of it. And I want to stress that, look, if it had been my picture, if I'd taken it, first off, he would have found my secondary account, and two, you can rule that out additionally because whoever did take the picture had their hands in it, and they weren't wearing gloves.
Well, that's the thing. Why weren't you wearing gloves?
I wasn't wearing gloves.
Oh, that sounds unsanitary.
No, I mean, I was
Careful,
wearing gloves.
it's a
It was
flashlight.
not my picture. But suffice to say, I thought it was brilliant because it looked like just the perfect alternative ending to Infinity War.
I mean, like, it is your picture, though.
No, that wasn't me. It wasn't my
It-
hands.
I
If
saw
it
it
had
from your
been me,
account.
there would have been gloves. I
Well,
regret
that was
bringing
my
this up
criticism.
immensely.
That was the thing. It's like, well, if you're going to be handling a sex toy like that, you should probably use gloves. To be fair, I am a complete hypocrite for this because when XX Mrs. Memes got me the molded lips of Miss Sasha Grey, I wasn't using gloves.
Look, if it's your own, I don't think you need to wear gloves, but I would just as a matter of principle, and if someone else's, then why do you have it in the first place, you weirdo?
Wait, you're supposed to share it?
No!
Well, I hear we're supposed to be communal and supposed to spread the wealth around in sex toys, I guess.
Yeah. Those people
Because
are
that's not an
insane.
8-hour break waiting to happen.
They have treatment.
In any case, I'm really appalled by CNN and New York Times treatment of Tulsi Gabbard, accusing her of being an asset or a Russian puppet, or not wanting to just engage in infinite war for questionable gains.
How dare she?
Truly. Yeah, what? How monstrous! Just look at this evil Russian puppet wanting to take troops out of foreign countries that we have no business being in the first place, that no one voted on going to, for reasons that they don't really want to explain, but definitely isn't regime change.
I am very disappointed that these troops are getting taken out. It's just not fair. It's not goddamn fair. I want my porn, goddammit.
Look, there's plenty of war going on in the world, Steam. I mean,
Well, a good way to look at it, Steam, is a good way to look at it is that they're taking them out just to put them back in, so that they can take it out to put them back in.
Director,
No.
are we rebroadcasting on Pornhub?
no.
'Cause
And
otherwise, I'm not
technically-
sure we're going to have a live stream.
Technically, this is not porn. YouTube actually cannot nail us for this. Maybe if he moved the suspender straps, but that's
Maybe
unlikely.
change your wording
Someone
there.
would have to make the argument that he was technically female in that case, because it's only female.
Someone call me a girl. Quick, let's make it happen.
No.
Your wording in the
Well,
imagery
Froman
is hitting
is
all
confirmed to
of
be a
YouTube's
black
red
woman.
lights, right, or red flags here. Like YouTube headquarters, there are fucking klaxons going off for all of the words and shit you just said.
Hold on, no. To be fair, it might actually be illegal. Sorry to cut you off, Miss Steam, or blowing off Steam, or whomever you are identifying
No,
with
no,
at
no,
this
this
point.
is Steam.
But no, there was a law, I believe, is being passed in, I think it's Wisconsin, Michigan. I think we touched upon this shortly last week, that if you are a man and you are over 200 pounds, you must wear a shirt.
Good.
Is that
sorry, but-
discrimination?
That
No.
doesn't apply to me.
That's not discrimination. I'd say it's more public service.
I
Think
have
of
to
the
admit
children.
that I am conflicted on this point, although I ultimately come down pretty firmly against it, because as horrified as Froman is making me right now, as much as he's painting us all, gratuitously, willfully, I would not support infringement upon his or anyone else's freedom to not wear
I can't
a
help
shirt.
it, Daddy.
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
now what if we were talking about
it's
them being able to
nicer
take off their
than-
trousers and pants?
It's nicer than what I would do. If it was me, I would just ban fat people.
What?
I would note that
But-
this again is not blowing off steam, because blowing off steam understands, laws and not being a tyrant sort of things. This is Miss Steam, who of course does not.
I'm a wide boy. I'm a wide boy. I may be pudgy, but I am a wide boy.
No, you definitely have some broadness to it. We can see it in your shoulders. I mean, you could always angle your cam up so we could see those lovely glinting glasses as well. But I mean, that's
to be
personal
fair,
choice.
We're reacting dramatically of comedic effect. It's not so bad, although really. You know what you're
can
doing
I-
from him. You're wanting to hurt us.
Yeah, let me.
We're just indulging you.
You know, what, I'm going to be nice for once, and I'm just going to unblind the chat for a bit. Here, guys.
Miss Steam, you're gonna trigger Ark.
Is that better? Is that better?
Ark now has two
Oh.
sets of tits in his face.
Well, like, I don't think Arctic can complain about me upstaging him now if he has to see your tits.
It's true. If
I
you
have
want,
to choose
take a
between the
screenshot
pair,
and
it does seem a bit like a what's the term for choice where there is no good answer.
Oh,
A conundrum.
Well, that's one example of it. Strictly speaking, if we're being quite honest, Steam's Rack is probably better for the channel as a whole. People will tune in for that.
Oh, we can segue straight to chat for that.
I'm personally
So,
horrified, but
We've got in chat Nerdy Rodent, Otaku Reborn Podcast News, and Gaylord von Mannlicher have joined us, and everybody is thanking Steam and appreciating Steam for her candid shots.
see, this
Thank
is
you,
what I meant.
thank you. If you really like me, please join the O'Hara Foundation and be under my rule.
And Lieutenant Timberwolf has joined.
Welcome, Lieutenant Timberwolf, and of course everyone who might have joined in between. When we first chat
can it
and now.
compare to my dad bod?
That's not a dad bod.
I mean, it pretty much is.
Don't you know what a dad bod is? Like,
That's the
internet
I eat
has
McDonald's at
deemed-
5 a.m. look.
the internet has deemed that a dad bod is something like Jason Momoa's body.
Yes, which means that no one has a dad bod. All of your dads, they don't have dad bods. Because I'm pretty sure all of your dads don't look like Jason Momoa.
Didn't he play Carl Drogo?
Jason Momoa is a Hawaiian god.
Carl Drogo.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with
Game
the
of
character
Thrones?
Carl Drogo.
Oh, Khaleesi's original husband. He was the horse leader, emperor dude.
That was Jason Momoa.
Is that
He-
someone else?
No, that's the same person.
Okay.
Jason Momoa has a body of a Hawaiian god.
So, Hawaiian god dad bod.
He's a good look. Is he going to be Tulsi's VP?
So would that be like
Oh,
Zeus
look.
bod?
I think Tulsi might as well. I mean, they're going to bury the poor woman as it is. Might as well just grab a celeb.
Dude, what if she got The Rock? I like The Rock.
I thought the left hated The Rock right now because they named a tank after him.
Well, the big thing is, if The Rock ever does truly get into politics, he's going to have to explain the whole Rudy poo and then insert the rest of his phrase, which apparently I believe might now be problematic.
Oh, by the way, even though I've got a top hat, I've got another top hat.
That was poorly executed, yet adorable regardless.
Yes.
Top hat inception.
Oh,
Yo, I
dear.
heard you like top hats.
I need a small top hat for when I can't wear my big top hat.
Does this mean I should get a fedora for my fedora?
Yeah.
That could make me a
Yes.
skeptic.
My
Yes,
lady.
Since this makes me automatically double steampunk, a double fedora will automatically make you a double nice guy.
Please note, if you're going to mug out wearing a hat or something, you need to say something too, otherwise the camera won't switch to you. I mean,
Yeah, not
we
wrong.
all, most of us appreciate it, but
on,
well, actually, no, we don't
lady.
appreciate it. In fact, I'd like to register a formal complaint, but this is my stream, so I have to overrule myself too.
Look,
I don't know the hat.
I mean, you could go to the Autism Council, but they all just spurg out within like 5 minutes.
See, here's the thing, Froman. We believe in free speech here for the most part, I believe. There have been times in my life where I've questioned that, such as when the Westboro Baptist Church was protesting like soldiers' funerals, and today. However, the best thing that I learned from that is you use your free speech to defeat free speech, where they made a human chain. We just need to make sure we consistently interrupt Mr. Froman. Apologies for my misogynist and something-y.
Well, I mean,
I
Izu
think in
did
this
call
case,
me a
wouldn't
woman,
the
so I am a
apology
woman, you
standard?
goddamn misogynist.
Yeah, look,
I've been called a racist today.
it'll be up. Who isn't called racist at some point or another?
Yeah, but it was a tweet I made over a year ago, and someone said you're a racist, and it's like, I've said,
Hey, clearly not following me
Big,
because You said
I
worse,
said
I'm sure.
I said bigger. Replace B with an N. Like this year as well, not just last year.
I missed that one. Had to keep digging much longer than
I
really.
say that particular
Well-
word consistently to my black friend
See,
because it doesn't mean anything.
I'm gonna say N-word.
Well, there anyway. Hey, look, I got in trouble not too long ago Arcturus did rather, on a side quest episode because I sincerely had never heard the J word before.
What's the
J
J
word?
word?
Okay.
Oh, Jabberwocky.
It was Jigga something.
Oh no! Don't say that. You can
See,
say Beetlejuice.
Look,
though.
that was the first
one
time I'd heard it at all. I didn't know that was such a big deal because it sounded rather cute to me.
What
No,
the
that's
hell?
not what
Oh,
always
who's a
start.
little something boo?
What's a Jigga?
A little boo? You mean like a Majin Buu that goes around destroying planets?
Well, you know,
I'm built like
to be
Majin
fair,
Buu.
that might work because if I remember correctly, the original Boo was rather a cute little dude.
Say that to him.
Fortunately,
I am adorable, aren't I? You can just tell right here.
Okay.
Oh my God! Can you do the truffle shuffle?
Yes, I can.
Yes, do the trouble.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this at all. Because
Nobody is comfortable with this. All right,
it's
only
it's-
memes is consented here. Nobody
You know,
else
I think-
consented.
Don't you need like a shirt for the truffle shuffle?
I have no
I'm
idea.
on to you.
Wait, what?
I need to look that up
Technically,
now.
It's a good point. If
I'm
you
on
do
to you.
Shuffle Shuffle
I'm
and
on
it's
to
like
you, memes.
copyrighted.
Is there some major point of news we want to discuss before I go ahead and pick up an article?
Okay, got it.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're supposed to pick an article.
Look, here are the articles
Oh,
I loaded
it was
up
off
today.
camera.
You
Damn
all,
it!
You can all choose for me. There's a questionably work-safe one from the BBC Pigeon.
No. Moving on.
Oh, but this is democracy,
Moving on.
Gray. We have to. We have
I'm
to
all
revisit
I'm
this.
all for.
I veto that.
Democracy
I
is
mean-
overrated. Democracy is
Ah, Joe,
overrated.
the grandfather of
Think of it this
Ghanaian
way.
coffin making.
Think of it this way: that one has boobs. More boobs, the better. Am I
And
right?
Froman has confirmed that that is his coffin. So he is a black woman now.
Built to
No,
scale.
I want to die on that coffin. Not in it, on it.
And they put you in it. Well, it's one way to hypothetically get into a woman, but I think you might be better off with a doll. Personally. Bald Eagle dies
I mean,
after
you'd
100
argue
mistakes
it
it for
is.
Goose. Doubt. When you roll
I like that one because I believe there's
jail
somebody
for 10
stupid enough to
days.
do that.
Sorry?
I still think the bald eagle and the goose one might actually be real because there are some stupid people out there with guns.
I believe that they shot something that they didn't know what it was. I don't think they knowingly shot a bald eagle. I don't believe they knowingly shot a goose. I think they just saw something, they wanted to blast it, they found out it was a bald eagle afterwards and went, well, shit, what can we claim it is?
No, there
Oh,
seems to
I
be
bet you were stood there for
correlation-
5 minutes thinking that's the weirdest fucking goose I've ever seen.
No,
Shoot it.
there seems to be a correlation between dumb people and killing animals. Because like when last time Tumblr got extremely angry, she killed. I don't know how, but she killed a giraffe by drowning it in the toilet.
Wait a well, to be fair, I mean, XX Mrs. Memes didn't believe in giraffes until she was like 17 or 18, but that's a side note. But my big thing here is there actually was an ornithologist, something like that word, that actually shot an owl that was killing another owl that was slightly more endangered. I know that was the story. The excuse was, well, this other owl is essentially kind of oppressing these other owls because they're more vicious and they reproduce faster.
My
fair
God,
enough.
the owls
I
are
wonder what-
oppressed.
I wonder what owl tastes like. I know it's
Probably
like-
like chicken.
All I know is that owls have a complete undeserved reputation for wisdom when they're some of the stupidest birds to ever take flight.
Yeah,
some of them are
like-
definitely the stupidest looking birds.
That too.
owls have a habit of flying into windows.
All birds have a habit of flying into windows, though.
Yeah, but owls have the owls know that windows exist and that at night you know.
Owls know that windows exist? Do they like work in the glass factory as they're setting them into the hatches and stuff?
No.
Oh my god,
No.
Miss Beam, is that how you
Okay, so
you create your evil empire? You've enslaved
Okay,
owls for hundreds of years to make your windows. Are you under the
Glass
Harvey?
owls.
no, here's the thing. Okay, so owls are night. God damn, owls are night birds. This is an actual thing. Owls are night birds, and whenever there's light and you haven't like quite closed the curtains, or it's just light coming through the curtains, owls will take that and go like, "Oh, a place," and then fucking go in.
I think those are moths.
No,
There's an owl at the window.
They both
Wham.
fly and come out at night.
Look, moth.
Usually the
owl,
size
they're
tells the difference
comparably
there, though.
intelligent, from as I can tell. So that's not entirely implausible.
It's
So-
not-
The remaining articles.
What I'm understanding from this is that Steam wants a big titty moth GF.
no.
Or a big
no.
titty owl GF.
Moths can set themselves on fire.
Mothra is
I
females.
will
for
finish
other-
reading off these article titles. Alabama woman
sorry,
called
Alex.
sheriff's office to test her meth, deputies say. And finally,
Give me daddy.
drunk man on the samurai sword, starter pistol, arrested in Germany. There we go. Do any of these interest you?
The last
Because I
one.
would like to discuss something other than anything on anyone's chest.
Do any of those articles?
Well, we could
contain
get it off of our
Florida Man?
chest.
The chat wants Florida Man. I think Samurai Sword is the next closest thing.
Yes, we don't have anything Florida man loaded this time, but we do have a
There
German
is a Florida
man.
man in the articles.
Yeah, German man. Why not? Let's see what's going on in Germany. In was that Grünstadt?
Grunstadt.
Germans are always
Or was it
crazy.
Grünstadt?
Police in German town of Grunstadt had to subdue an intoxicated man carrying samurai sword and firing blanks from a starter pistol in the air. A man in a town in Germany's Rhineland-Palatinate state gave locals a fright when he was spotted in the pedestrian zone on Saturday carrying samurai sword and starter pistol, which he fired several times into the air. Police received several calls from concerned onlookers regarding armed person in the pedestrian area of Grunstadt around 12:30 p.m. These officers who heard a gunshot and approached the gunman and demanding he put down his weapons. These officers who heard a gunshot and approached the gunman and demanding he put down his weapons. Well, this got translated clearly. After officer fired the warning shot in the air, man laid down his weapons and was taken into custody. The perpetrator, a 50-year-old man, was heavily intoxicated. Police added that more information may be released after further investigations had been carried out.
Is it just me or is Arcater's accent concerningly good?
Well, really? Because I think I went nearly Jamaican at one point.
I hear Russian in there. To be fair, my dwarven accent.
This be the Fourth Reich in Jamaica, man.
You sounded a little German Russian there.
I was trying for Russian because I knew I couldn't do German at the time, and then it just kind of went south from there. But what's done is done. There's no point in dwelling on these horrible, horrible mistakes.
What we should dwell on, though, is chat. Because Green Badger Outdoors has joined us saying the German samurai, and that there can only be ein. That's quite clever.
Actually, there's a story about that. Didn't we talk about that at one point? Japango, which is the racist redub in Germany of the Lone Wolf and Cub, which is actually a samurai story where a master samurai assassin ends up adopting like a small child, and he's defending him while he's like pushing him on the stroller and everything. It's actually supposed to be a really good series.
That's a classic.
It's a classic that I've never heard of. But then again, I haven't seen all that much anime, to be honest.
No, it's not animated. This is live action.
Wait, what?
No, this is came out in 1980s, I believe.
Novel.
Jinxie's just joined chat saying I want to talk about not putting toothpaste in your hoo-hoo.
Wait,
What's
what?
Yeah,
Oh,
Jinxie.
yes! That's actually a very good point. Jinx did go out of their way to suggest this article. Let me see if I can find it. We'll make a point of looking it up next anyway, just for Jinx.
Yeah, make it the next one.
Because we all care about Jinx intensely. Every waking moment
Jinx
spent
be
worrying
VIP,
about
yo.
Jinx done.
Oh, isn't this Omega uncovered this earlier in a video? I think
Did he?
I didn't click on it. It just said something about toothpaste and I think being fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, toothpaste. Okay. I thought they said Two-Face.
Let me just tighten these.
Well,
Don't
you
stick
might not wanna
Two-Face
put
up
that
your
there
hoo-hoo,
either.
yo.
Yes, absolutely. Do not let Two-Face anywhere near your hoo-hoo.
But why
That's a
not?
recipe for disaster.
Well, I mean, everyone needs a little loving.
Oh, certainly true. Nevertheless, I would
Oh,
recommend
it's,
it because
Annie.
Uncomfortable.
Miss Steam. Hey there, mommy.
Wait, Miss Steam is Tulsi Gabbard?
It
Yes.
doesn't work on me, Froman. I don't have headphones on.
Wait.
It's true.
Jinxie has said, by the way, chat won't let me use the
But you
V
do
word.
have eyes.
Oh, vagina.
Why am I friends with you people?
that's a question I often ask myself. I remember why. I know why. I keep all of you around mostly to keep me humble.
Why do you keep me around?
For much the same reason. Also, it's good that I regularly question my judgment. I mean, people who are very confident in the judgment, who assume they're right all the time, those are the ones who fuck up on just a much more dramatically spectacular level. Those ones who really, really shit the bed.
Too well. I know too well.
Uh-huh.
I'm humble enough. I'm humble enough to say like that. I'm humble enough to say I fucked up sometimes. I mean, I killed one of my employees, and he was a really good employee, but he just pissed me off.
Animise May the Elenies Fae.
Well,
What?
I mean,
I didn't take Latin.
Oh.
it doesn't matter. He was French.
I don't speak
Oh, well,
French.
then, fair enough.
Yeah, no.
French people, you know.
They aren't people, Steam. Don't use that word with people.
They're
Don't
people.
use
Oh,
it
right.
with France.
Yeah,
They
they're not
are.
real people. They're more like cheese-eating random monkeys.
That's not fair. That was a while ago.
The French aren't people.
French
That's every time they have a war on their own land, actually.
Okay, yeah,
I
they
was
can fight a
first
good
off, when it
civil
comes
war.
to the French, they don't seem to have the guts for facing off against other countries, but they will take on Frenchmen like no one else.
Well,
Just like everybody else. The French
well, see,
really fucking hate the French.
how it works is that you have one side surrender and you have the other side surrender, and then they just get so mad at each other because they both surrendered. Someone's supposed to win, and they actually fight.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a lot wrong with France, but you know what really pisses me off about the French is the fact that illegal immigrants, they go through France to get to England. The French are supposed to stop the illegal immigrants in France, but no, they let them go to England.
Which is
And
why
that's
when
why
they put all the trucks in the X-ray machine, I reckon they should just bump up the X-ray machine to ludicrously high cancer-inducing levels.
So what you're saying is that basically France is the Mexico of the UK.
Yes.
We're not
This is like
the
UK and America have a
like
special
Trump.
relationship because we're both facing the same fucking problems.
And that's why we need to build a wall around. We need to build a wall.
We need to build a wall under the fucking
Yeah.
ocean.
We need to build a wall.
It's a lot easier than you think.
It takes extra damage.
We need to build a
Fuck blowing the
and
tunnel
make
up. We're gonna
France
build a
pretty
wall
brutal.
right across that motherfucker.
You know, I'm thinking
we-
that at some
And
point
France is gonna pay for it, goddammit.
maybe we take a page from Magog and put a health bar on this screen. You know, so at a certain point, health decreases, and then you can all die for 2 minutes, and then I can get on with things, and then, you know. Oh no!
No.
A technical,
Would it be us
technical. There's been a
Arthur,
would it
malfunction.
be-
Oh no!
Arthur, this is not side quest. Death is not your only escape. There
It's
is
true.
But it could be side quests.
We'll call it
But we could see Froben's side boob.
a technical
Yes,
difficulty.
absolutely.
I thought the
I
point
I
was
think
to stay alive.
Look, I might run a poll on this later. Anyhow, let's move on to doctors warn women not to use toothpaste to tighten their vaginas. This comes from the New York Post. Jinx. From vaginal steaming to labiaplasty, some women are willing to go to extremes to attain the quote-unquote perfect vagina. Just when you think you've heard it all, another bizarre DIY method emerges. Some women are now apparently using toothpaste in an attempt to try and tighten their vaginas. Unsurprisingly, doctors are warning that's a really bad idea and could do some nasty damage. Vanessa McKay, a consultant gynecologist and spokesperson of the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, Royal College? Ooh, this doesn't sound like it's an American thing for once. Said, quote, "It is a myth that toothpaste will tighten the vagina. Putting toothpaste into the vagina or on the vulva would not only be uncomfortable, but it could also cause serious damage and disrupt the natural flow of the vagina, leading to the potential for infections like bacterial vaginosis and thrush."
Well, the thing is here, Arcater, with that, it's like we all know toothpaste is used for lightening your beard. Because at one point when I did have beard privilege, I would brush, and at times it would kind of dribble down a little, and the center would kind of be a little bit lighter. So, I mean, that's the same as kind of bleaching your hair. So as long as you're okay with doing that inside your business, I mean, I guess that's okay, maybe.
Well, see, I look at it this way. It's minty fresh.
Well, here's the thing. I think as the only person who actually has a vagina on this stream,
That
and
you know
we know.
of.
One
Well,
second.
we
One second.
presume, Steve. You don't know. You shouldn't assume. I mean, if someone did have one and you just assume they didn't, you could have really hurt them.
Does it have
I
to
mean,
be
look at
our own?
Ezoop. I bet, Ezoop could pass off as, a bit of a
Look.
post-op.
I'm already not wearing a shirt. I could take off
but
my
I
pants
feel
right
like
here.
But as someone who not only has a vagina, but I'm the only person on this stream who has actually seen a vagina or even got near a vagina, I have to say,
Presumptuous.
bacterial vaginosis and thrush isn't as bad as people think. Like, there's literally a cream where you just insert that shit and it's gone.
I thought it was cranberry juice was the solution.
Like,
No, that's a urinary tract
still at that.
infection you're
Oh,
thinking
my
of. Means.
bad. I'm not a gynecologist.
yeah, it's basically people think
Damn
like,
it.
oh, it must be terrible, but it's actually not as bad as people think. You just stick a cream up there, a couple of days you're fine.
Well, with the toothpaste, so whoever thought of this was definitely being a dick. This is a known practical joke to do on guys. You put the toothpaste in their jockstrap or underwear, and it burns like a motherfucker.
Well, isn't it going to cause like an exothermic reaction or something because of the hydrogen peroxide?
Along those lines, it depends on what you're using, but it burns.
Oh. One
I've been told.
of my friends had icy hot on his hands after he came back from a trainer in high school, and then he went to the bathroom to take a leak, and it wasn't a good day.
Worst thing
Okay,
is
so we've
there's
got a
actually,
pretty magical fucking thing going on in chat where Green Badger said, "But it will be minty fresh," whereas the mute instruction replied, "That's what Mentos are for." And the Green Badger replies, "Add some Diet Coke and you might have something there."
It was a YouTube video.
That's not what they mean by squirting.
It's
I think
probably
the worst thing is that there is actually exercise inside the vagina. It's called it's exercising the muscles in like the
Kegels. Kegels. You have to go. You can move all the muscles down there.
I don't know, something like that. Like there's some sort of exercise, but apparently it's actually.
Don't they also
At this
use eggs
point,
for that?
I'm largely just waiting for the next article to turn up being, "Beware the newest fad, the Mentos Pepsi douche."
Oh God!
It's only a matter of time
Turn
now.
your vagina into a science project.
No. This is what we need to do. We need a crown fund so we can send our Lord Magog in the greater side quest universe a giant Mentos the size of a dragon egg.
That'd be just glorious. Like get like a bathtub and drop the Mentos in there.
It would act like a bath bomb.
Quite literally.
Well, we don't want to blow him up. He's trying to raise money to build structures.
Well,
We're
like
gonna send
doesn't
them a
that like
bathtub of soda.
produce
Is
just
that
like
the idea now?
I was like in the
it
episode.
produces a just metric ton of CO2. So like if he's in an enclosed space, I think he might suffocate.
But who's
I don't
going
know if you're stupid enough to drop something like that in an enclosed space. You kind of
Well-
deserve what happens.
Well, that's the thing. We can't blow up our necromancer. Who's going to raise him?
Let's not talk about things that might result in McGonagall
Well,
asphyxiating
let's-
himself, which I don't think he would be in any context stupid enough to actually do.
Well,
Where would you
I
get
don't
all
know.
the Mentos from to begin with?
that's a lot of Mentos and a lot of soda to piss away in a bathtub.
Let's
So
stop
do
talking
you just go
about
into
the
a store and say,
necromancer
"I would like
and
10,000 packs of
toothpaste
Mentos"?
Vagina.
Okay.
more
So-
more important things.
Back to
Oh, and Arcta.
You're on that, Steve.
well, I'm so glad you've kept your appetite, Steve. Did Froman make you hungry, Steve?
Oh, you know it.
No.
Are you getting thirsty, Steve?
It's actually putting me off my food.
You want to boost the viewer rate right through the roof, Steam. You just put that entire... Whatever you're eating, just put the entire thing right in there. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Stonks.
Some kinds of toothpaste contain small particles that could also cause painful microabrasions to the vaginal walls. Oluwole Yusuf, a medical doctor in Nigeria, said he had seen a recent obsession woman resorting to using toothpaste to tighten up down below. He even went so far as saying that using the dental product of the vagina could leave women infertile.
No
not
shit.
so.
Why are people putting random stuff up there? Like,
Well,
we
it's
have
like,
all these drugs
isn't it
and
supposed
products.
to be slightly? It's like supposed to be acidic to get off the plaque and stuff like that. You're putting it up there. It's not gonna end
Wait,
well.
hold on. It has teeth?
No, like
Vagina dentura.
No,
vagina
like,
dentata. Yeah, look, strictly
toothpaste.
speaking, you've got vagina dentata and you want to keep those teeth pearly white, then I guess you just have to ignore this advice and
See,
maintain
here's the
them
thing.
as you
man.
need to.
You
Love
have
every
to
part of your
put
body.
toothpaste- Here's the thing, ladies. You have to put toothpaste on these kind of lips, not these kind of lips.
I thought there was a difference. I thought one was like the curtains and the other's the actual. We all mess up sometimes.
Yusuf reportedly told the news agency of Nigeria, toothpaste is caustic and too abrasive for a sensitive body part like the vagina and can destroy the organisms meant to protect the vagina from possible infections. When the vagina can no longer protect itself, the body is prone to infections which could later destroy the tubes and block the chances of getting pregnant. He urged women not to be body shamed by their partners and be confident in their own skin. Instead, Yusuf said, there are other exercises or practices that women can try out to slowly tighten the vagina. Kegel exercises and yoga exercises are part of the exercises that can make the vagina tight without engaging in harmful practices, Yusuf said. McKay also recommends pelvic floor exercises for women who are concerned about the tightness of the vagina. There are various different ways in which women can carry out pelvic floor exercises, but the easiest is to sit or stand comfortably with knees slightly apart and then engage and draw up the pelvic floor muscles as if trying to avoid passing urine or flatus. Wow, that is just such an archaic way of saying try not to fart.
yeah, you gotta appreciate it though.
Was where
How
all
often,
flatus meant.
how often do you hear flatus anymore?
Yeah.
Froman, nip slip.
Oh,
You-
is it?
No,
I'm sorry.
wait. Oh,
I'm
dear.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry,
You
not
gotta-
sorry.
you gotta keep it modest.
you get that one for free.
So speaking of farting,
I don't want to see that.
yeah. So flatus, that is the Latin derivative, correct, Ark?
Who the fuck uses Latin anymore? Apart from Catholic and, these young choir boys.
E2 gray.
That's too Brutus.
E2.
Oh,
Two.
okay.
Oh.
I think the real question here with the toothpaste is how are they applying it? Are they using like electric
Toothbrush. Put it on. They're right up there.
Is it
Uh,
an
They
electric
just go with the dildo.
I
The
was thinking
wrong
just
bit of
like,
toothbrush is my guess.
No. The
I-
smoking rat has a point because you may have a particular product, depending on how one applies the product, can end up being very different as well.
So are you saying like one of those electric toothbrushes?
Yeah, it's like a poor man's vibrator, maybe.
Well, if one had a vibrator, why wouldn't you just use that?
I don't know.
You know, I think
Maybe
I
not.
was hearing
I
something
don't
about
know.
electric toothbrushes being very popular for this purpose, although I'm pretty sure they're not meant to go up.
The only
I don't know.
the only people who would use a electric toothbrush is probably the pufters.
Is that why they have soft bristles now?
I think so.
Probably.
Raises a lot of questions. That's all I'm saying.
Questions we will not get into. To check that the correct muscles are being exercised, women can place a finger or thumb into the vagina and squeeze the pelvic floor muscles at the same time. They should feel a gentle squeeze as the muscles contract. Women can build up the strength of their pelvic floor muscles by doing 10 slow contractions and holding for about 10
That's
seconds
the
each.
fucking exercise I was talking about. That one, yeah.
The length of time can be increased gradually, and the slow contractions can be followed by a set of quick contractions. This process should be carried out 3 or 4 times a day. In some women, however, vaginal laxity may be due to pelvic organ prolapse, in which case it may be appropriate to be referred to a gynecologist for an expert opinion. Say, Steve.
Usually, if something prolapses, it's gonna hurt. Like, am I wrong there?
I don't know. I've never had anything prolapse. Steve?
Excuse me, I have never had a prolapse.
Which one is that again?
If I
That's
understand
when,
correctly, that's when something basically falls out.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
When your insides become outsides.
I got it. I got it. There is an article from a very long time ago about a man who had a prolapsed anus through just sitting on the toilet.
Why did
Was
you
that
say
Elvis?
anus like that?
No. I've never had a prolapse, but I've probably caused a few.
She's had a relapse, but not a prolapse.
What?
Would you even notice with a cosmic vagina?
Your
Oh my
kale
God,
gender?
You've been talking dick, but haven't you?
Okay. I have sent the prolapse anus article to ARC.
I'm not sure those
Enjoy.
words should
Those
ever
are
be-
words I didn't want to hear from
I,
him.
I seriously don't think those should have ever been uttered in this world. That's kind of like, what was it, the code to activate a Russian sleeper agent in like American Dad? I am so not enjoying this oral right now at this moment. Yes, nobody would ever say that.
I've just had a thought. It's like, if a woman continues with these exercises like regularly, do you think they can build up enough strength to be able to turn crush a man's bones to dust?
Well,
I don't think they can do
any
that.
men's
Boner.
bones can fit in there. If they can fit actual bones in there, then they certainly have succeeded in tightening anything.
There are actually
Um,
some women who can lift weights with their vagina.
Yeah, that's impressive. That should be an Olympic sport.
There's
Actually,
some
that's
women
You know,
who can.
that's one way to fix ratings. The Olympics.
I don't think that's trans inclusive though. There, Gray.
I don't give a shit.
There's,
No. You can do it with other genitalia. It does happen.
I'm just
there
saying,
is
those women that can
I
lift
want to see some coochie crunches. I want to see the. I want to
I'm
see
just
some
saying,
fucking weightlifting.
those women that can lift weights with their vagina, they're probably, I think the person who would sexually assault them would think twice.
Well, look. Apparently, this daftness is not exclusive to just one sex. The potentially dangerous trend comes after reports that men were rubbing toothpaste on their penises to last longer in bed.
Yep, I remember that.
Well, now we figured out how they're applying it to the vagina.
I suppose
it's just
it's
a
two birds with one
repurposed
stone,
meme.
right?
This is basically recycling an old joke. All right, we should be looking at this like how there's a very conservationist way to keep a joke going.
So when are we going to see Tide Pods being inserted in places they shouldn't be?
Hopefully
You know,
never.
I'm
Hopefully
looking-
never. I want to stress this once more, and this could be true of this article as well. Most of these things are largely basically hoaxes the media pulls off just to scare people, especially stupid people, who otherwise probably would be stupid enough to do this. Tide Pods, for example, not an epidemic. Not a whole lot of people died doing a Tide Pod challenge. In fact, those who did die from eating Tide Pods were generally senior citizens suffering from dementia who thought it was candy.
Or like
Oh, no, they're-
the,
Australia made like there were a few Australian companies who made a lot of money by selling candy pods.
Yes, strictly speaking, it was a boon to the wise marketers out there who started making Tide Pod styled cupcakes, and I believe one Starbucks put out a Tide Pod looking latte. That's fine. That's actually quite funny, and I approve overall. But just the whole actually eating Tide Pods, not quite the epidemic we were told. It's
Hold on,
It's funny. It's almost like you can't really trust so-called journalists these days.
Yeah. It was mostly,
Say it
it
ain't
was
so.
mostly, old people and toddlers that died. Basically, you know.
Wait a second. No, Ark, just sorry to cut you off from it, but Ark, I think you just stumbled upon the major villain of this Halloween. I keep hearing all about this THC candy, but we must be wary of Tide Pods.
Yeah, no one buys that. That's been a joke for the longest time. The idea that someone's going through the trouble to put together all sorts of illegal drug consumables and hand them out to kids randomly because that'll be hilarious, even though we won't see them actually eat it anywhere.
This is what you do.
Yes.
If I was a kid and that happened to me, I'd be well happy.
This is what you do. You get sweets, you get some bleach, you dunk it in the bleach, and you wait for it to dry, and then you put it in. And
No, Steve, I know you're okay with saying this because the UK doesn't perhaps have as rich tradition when it comes to Halloween, but that actually pisses me off. I love Halloween. It's one of my absolute
Halloween's
favorite
fucking
holidays, and there have been. I've personally lived through decades of media scaremongering about darn Nazi children are trick-or-treating, they're razor blades and apples and poison candy, and they're going to kill your children. But the stats have never actually supported that. That said, the damage to the holiday has been evident and may well be irreversible. People don't really let their kids trick-or-treat anymore. It's a dying tradition.
No,
Yeah.
like there are some people in England that want to celebrate Halloween the same as the Americans do. I'm pissed off that that there's such an anti-Halloween sector of the UK. You fucking fun-hating cunts.
It's not the only example I've seen of it, and that pains me because Halloween is great fun.
I don't really get to celebrate.
And no one, I want to stress this comes from a lot of very valid sources, mostly people who have done a lot of drugs. No one gives away their edible drugs. That shit is expensive. And no one does it just so they can imagine that somewhere out there, there's a kid tripping balls. They can sit at home, eat the edibles themselves, and hallucinate some kid somewhere out there tripping his balls. And it's even more effective.
Here's an older
I'd
article.
be keeping that shit to myself
titled,
as well, I'm saying.
British woman woke up to man trying to pull drug-filled Kinder egg from her vagina.
Wait, what?
How did he get it up there in the first place?
That is the most London headline I have ever fucking heard.
Maybe the Brits are onto something there.
Now,
It's
Talk about
from
things that sound like a hell of
So
a
that's how you smuggle Kinder eggs into the US. I knew
But
it.
no, I can understand that, Arcata. You don't give away your drugs. Like,
I
no,
don't actually.
no,
I'm not a
no.
drug user. In fact, I've been a teetotaler for most of my existence. The drinking thing was a pretty new thing for me, but even then, no. That doesn't make sense to anyone sane who actually thinks through it. Which unfortunately
I can't
doesn't
imagine.
apply.
He isn't a drug
Why-
user. He's actually he's a drug abuser.
like
There's a
opium's
difference.
expensive.
I think Froman might have better cleavage than you, Steam, and that horrifies me.
Nah,
don't-
Steam's like a 9 out of 10, and Froman's going in at like
We don't have
he's a strong
nearly
6.
enough time to analyze in any of this, much less the other articles in the Kinder Egg. But oh boy, that's absolutely going to go up on Saturday. I know what the hell
But
happened there.
Izu, don't take.
I
away
apologize,
anything
Steve.
that makes me
Yours is nice. Your breasts are better than Froman's.
Look,
Thank you.
No
We're
one's.
gonna have to put this up to scientific test. Ark, you're a scientist. Let's compare.
We'll do the field test.
God help us all.
God
God
died a long
doesn't
time
come here
ago.
anymore.
No, we won't. Robin.
Let's talk about Halloween more.
Yes,
I
yes.
love
Well, I
Halloween
mean-
is great, and I'm going to support it indefinitely. I'll be
Whole
mentioning, no doubt,
atmosphere.
with some great regularity. And hey, we can start thinking about what sort of costume I should use for when we get approaching to Halloween. I don't think I have a show planned for Halloween precisely. I'll have to check the schedule. But
Well, it's
maybe
a
I should put together
Thursday, so it's on an
costume video.
SCP night.
Another SCP night for Halloween. Awesome, man.
The whole atmosphere of Halloween is just fantastic.
It is.
Pumpkins, the spookiness, the hauntedness, the whole fucking haunted mansion on the hill, dead trees. I fucking
to
love
be
it.
100% honest, I haven't celebrated Halloween until quite recently.
I'm sorry.
It's
Well, yes.
It's something
we're,
that- fun
we're sorry
holiday.
for your loss and all that, all those missed opportunities, but it's all right. It's never too late, Steam. There's
Yeah.
always haunted.
come on, we can party
houses,
together.
well, not haunted houses necessarily, but scary movies. You always have scary movies, no matter where in the world you are.
Wait, Scaly?
Hell yeah.
Scary.
I like Scaly. Oh,
Yeah.
Scary.
Could you might have scalies too? I don't know. If you do,
Scary?
then how? Scary isn't quite the word I would use.
Well,
what's
Well,
what's wrong
Horrifying,
with
yes,
Scaly's?
but not scary. Horrifying, but not scary.
If you had this coming towards you, you'd be running the other way.
I didn't know there was
That's
scary.
body horror
I didn't
for
know
women.
there was scary movies. I thought there was just funny movies like The Ring.
Let's go ahead and finish
No,
this.
that's just a boring one.
Let's finish this one case off real quick. Experts also warn that doing so could lead to severe damage and causing painful burns down below. The trend is thought to have emerged from a series of YouTube videos and Reddit posts, because of course it's YouTube's fault. Much like they claimed it was the case with the iPod challenge. From YouTube videos and Reddit posts which claim the bizarre method can work wonders. In particular, one YouTuber, Jose Barber. Does anyone know Jose Barber?
No.
No, mustn't be a very popular YouTuber, or not one in our circles. I mean, they had those Streamy Awards, which
They're
Not an
probably
awful
not
name
in our
for
set. They've
awards.
probably got. They probably do have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They're just not part
To
of
be
our.
honest,
I'd like to
Then,
think no one in our
uh,
circle would be putting
YouTube had,
toothpaste in their vagina.
well, in this
YouTube
case,
has-
toothpaste onto dick. You see, Jose Barber here claimed it will crush premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction without dangerous drugs, and you'll last for 30 minutes longer.
Yeah, but YouTube. I mean, it's not that surprising really, because you remember YouTube's mental health
No.
talk. Well, they got a
Shane
YouTuber
Dawson.
in there that's quite literally said, "You do not have depression. It's not real. It's just a mood." And he puts up. He holds this remote and goes, "It comes and it goes." It was the most retarded thing.
This is not how it works at all.
well, it turns things on and off.
I don't think he knows
He
what
was
he's
a-
talking
he was a
about.
He was a speaker for YouTube mental health, and he made a video saying that depression is not real and all that stuff.
I love it. YouTube mental health as fucked as the rest of the company.
Well, YouTube academics assemble.
Yes, this is why I encourage no one whatsoever to take anything they see on YouTube all that seriously. I don't like to give out a whole bunch of advice here, and when I do, I usually encourage people not to presume I'm some sort of expert. And if I'm not some sort of expert, then there's a very good chance absolutely no one else is either.
I am. I'm an expert.
Yes,
So Green
that's
Badger Outdoors
that's
has
a
come up.
very prime example of doubt. Doubt.
Okay, so if you want,
I'm a
look,
sexpert.
I have to get this one out. Green Badger Outdoors said, for a fun Halloween trick, fill a pumpkin with concrete and place on the side of the road and wait for teenagers to try and hit it with their car. Oh,
Green Badger
God.
Outdoors, that is fantastic. I think that it's an educational experience. So, I support that.
Yeah, same. I hate teenagers.
That sounds like it could cause multiple traffic accidents.
Yeah,
Mm.
and probably some pedestrian deaths as well. But I
No.
don't know. I
I'd
think
also
it
put
may
it
be
around a
worth it.
fire hydrant.
I don't think that teens hate pumpkins so much they'll go out of their way to hit it when there's a bunch of traffic around them, and people might note their license plate, or when they can see it's in front of a fire hydrant.
You're giving them far
Oh,
too
no,
much
no,
fucking
there's
credit.
another way.
You are giving
That-
them way too much credit.
That said, if they do, then those consequences will hopefully, set them a bit straighter in the future.
I mean, they don't. They
When
don't
it
have
comes
to
to
hit it with their car. They could try and stomp it.
When it comes to people, there are 3 fundamental rules. Rule 1, people are idiots. Rule 2, there are no exceptions to Rule 1. Rule 3, do not underestimate Rule 1.
No, I hear you. And I also believe that people should have the opportunities to be idiots so they can hopefully learn something from it. And be less idiotic in the future. But
Yeah,
freedom,
sure. People learning. from
freedom
their
is
mistakes.
important. And freedom, if it is anything, is the freedom to make really stupid choices.
Yeah.
Or to
Now-
learn that flammable and inflammable are the same thing.
Yeah, that's just weird. Not
Well,
something.
it's was it inflammable means it's like flame retardant.
No, they're both
That's-
flammable. It's all flammable. I don't know
Wait,
why.
wait. So
Inflammable,
You know-
flammable, flammable, also flammable.
Flame retardant is in Mountain Dew, so if you just drink a lot of Mountain Dew, you're fireproof.
You can
what the
just
fuck have they put into Mountain Dew that's flame retardant?
yellow
No,
5.
Water.
Mountain Dew was originally a syrup for moonshine. So
Yep.
it's always been shit.
Wait, if Mountain Dew used to be a syrup for moonshine, how is it not the most flammable thing in the world?
I thought that's what we made for astronauts. Or was that Tang? That was Tang. Wasn't it?
That's
Tang.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for, the corporate space age sponsored by Mountain Dew.
You know, this new format is going to save just so much in these articles because we never get through, well, often more than
We're
just
having
one.
too much fun, Arcater. We're having too much fun.
Well, strictly
we mess
speaking, that's good. So long as everyone's having fun, no matter the costs.
We're sorry, Arcater. You left the door open. Too many subjects wandered into your lab.
Yes, well,
I
wander
had
into
nothing to
his
do with
lab all
that.
the time.
the important thing is that everyone, of course, is enjoying themselves. That said, we are over schedule for shutting things down. Does anyone have any final comments?
Don't put things up your vagina that shouldn't be there. Come on, let's be sensible here, ladies. And
Oh, come on. This is
Never
a
mind.
step up from when it was Wasp
Well-
Nest.
Strictly speaking, they've already made it clear it's not just ladies, so everyone out there, if you're considering putting toothpaste on your junk,
you know what? No, I'm putting my fucking
Male
foot down.
or
Yes,
female.
it's just the goddamn ladies. Stop deluding yourselves. For
We
fuck's
had the
sake.
guy shoving the Kinder Egg in someone's vagina. You've got to include them
we
in.
didn't fully discuss that. That's what you said. Right? Look,
Arcater, shut it down.
everyone should talk
Daddy
more
Ark.
so I can't hear Steam. This is great. Keep on it up. Oh, that was completely wasted. I'm going to keep on talking so I can't hear what she's saying. La 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 la. Anyhow, we're out of time. It's been great. Enjoy it. I'm so glad that you were here. Lawton reported I can't hear anything. Ha 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 ha. This is very mature, but it's... Oh, God, it's not working.
Come
Ah,
on, Daddy.
Daddy.
You know you want it.
We're all going to hell.
It's a baby.
I ain't going to
God.
hell. I don't condone any of this shit.
Please.
Come on. You know you want it.
Some of you turn into the SCP stream on my main channel tomorrow. At the same time.
I can't, Daddy. I have to torture Karl Marx again.
But I can, because it's my day off. Thank fuck.
Magog raised Marx.
And I will, of course, see you all, especially on Saturday open mic article raid. Until then, ostensibly, progress continues.
Goodbye, chat.
And I'll say, Karl Marx was not raised by Magog.